I'm an Easy Today meteorologist, Lee Bourne. Thanks for checking in with us on the World Wide Web. Coming to you here on Thursday now into the month of June, June 6th. Weather around here has been very typical here for late spring, early June. Seasonably hot, dry, and the spring wind machine just keeps on ticking here. Pretty windy out there on this Thursday. Here's a look at the Pacific satellite for this Thursday. Clear skies across Arizona. We do have another spring storm system kind of moving into the Pacific Northwest. It'll continue to slowly trudge here into the Great Basin over the next couple days. So we'll just continue with these breezy to windy afternoons. In fact, as this storm system right here gets inland over the coming weekend, we see an uptick in our wind, and that'll bring a return to critical fire weather conditions over the weekend, meaning we'll see red flag warnings across the region out there due to the dangerous fire weather conditions as this low moves through. So once again, please use caution out there. We're in a very precarious, volatile time across northern and central Arizona. Obviously, with the forest being so dry, we're obviously also in partial forest closures all across the region and fire restrictions as well, with extreme fire danger out there and the wind not helping things out. So check before you go out there, and please be careful. All right, little pattern change for us as we get into mid next week. You've been checking your phones, a lot of rumors flying about some early onset of the monsoon, and you know the actual monsoon start date is mid-June, is June 15th, but we really don't see the rainy season get going and ramping up typically till early July. But it does look like early next week we start to see some monsoon moisture make its way in. If we've been watching the satellite down in Mexico all week, the Sierra Madre has been showing some huge thunderstorms, so that monsoon moisture starting to make its way into Mexico. We have our first tropical system now in the Pacific Ocean. It is Tropical Storm Aletta. It's going to start moving out up off Baja next week. That'll give us a little bit of a Gulf of California surge, and also we'll see high pressure start to set up in that monsoonal position as we get into mid next week, just off to our east with southeasterly flow setting up across Arizona. So there is some hope for some moisture next week, but it's kind of a double-edged sword. As the monsoon moisture gets here and just starts ramping up, we might see a lot of dry lightning and thunderstorm activity before we even get any wetting rain, which would be obviously a concern for us across the forest. But I think the monsoon moisture kind of sticks around through much of next week, and we will see some spotty wetting rain, which is welcome news. Okay, here's a look at our Friday, Saturday, Sunday forecast. Temperatures right where they've been all week long. We're windy over the coming weekend all across the region. Blazing hot down in the desert. Sedona upper 90s, Payson low mid 90s, Prescott low 90s, and up around Lake Powell low 90s. So you know, not too bad for this time of year, just kind of temperate and very seasonable. Here's a look at our Flagstaff extended forecast. Red flag warnings are likely going into the weekend, going into next week. Temperatures really not wavering much. So notice on Tuesday I start bringing in that cloud cover, and I think we start seeing our chances for rain possibly as early as Tuesday, but hopefully by late next week monsoon moisture kind of starts making its way in here. All right, have a fantastic weekend. Be careful out there.